That little rascal, Jacob weaseled out on one. Last week he had a client with a package unit, and it was concerningly low on refrigerant. So he did look around with his sniffers, tried to do a visual inspection, see if he could see any oil or concerning places on the coils, you know, the usual culprits. Did not see anything, couldn't hear anything. The detector didn't go off anywhere, but being that it was low, got to be leaking somewhere. So he added a little dye to it and some refrigerant and told her he'd be back in a few days. And mysteriously, he happens to have other things to do today on the day he's scheduled to go see her. But we'll stop by, see if we can figure it out for the client, and go from there. Alright, let's take a look. So the first thing that catches me is we have that wet spot right there. But that could be condensation. I see a little bit of a glow over there, but nothing major. Other thing I see is this looks a little wet. And that is oil. But there again, that's where he would have taken off his hoses. I see some up there too, some oil. So that makes me think that's probably just blowout, where he took his gauges off and it squirted on him a little bit. Probably wouldn't hurt to hit that with a little solder just to be safe. Other places I see leaking, sometimes are these feeder tubes going into your reversing valve. I don't really see any dye on it, but again, it has oil on it, which is somewhat concerning. But again, being that our high pressure disconnect was right here, that may have just caused that, where it blew out a little bit. Don't see anything. I think that's just pollen. That might be a little dye on the top of that accumulator. Again, same thing. We see a little moisture on top of that, but again, probably just blowout. As I was sitting here looking, I just noticed my light was glowing right here. Oh, not sure. That is your defrost sensor. We do see a little dye there. But I don't really see it on any of the feeder tubes. Yeah, again, I'm kind of thinking that may have been blowout from when he took those off, because it doesn't make sense it would be there. Yeah, I think this just on the surface. Oh, I just saw something. Oh, there we go. Hold on, wait. Let's see if we can get our camera in here. And I'd say the bottom of our compressor joint's leaking right there a little bit. So, as for the rest of this, I think it's just a unfortunate dye situation where he didn't have a good time. I don't see anything down the coil ends themselves, and I don't really see any oil spots anywhere on the coil elsewise other than right over here. Other thing you can do, these drain lines where we took it apart, you can shine your light in there. We don't see any of that nice green glow, so it's a good indicator your evaporator is leaking if you look at the drain and have some green glowy in there. Yeah, I don't see anything in the drain pan glowing. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's this compressor over here. Yeah, we still don't see anything. That's not okay. That I might have thought was a oil spot. I think it's just the way the fins are bent. Since we're not seeing any dye. Over here, same thing. Don't really see any indications of oil spotting or dye coming out anywhere. She may have a issue with her ducting somewhere, since we see some Nice fluffy insulation, but we'll talk to her about that. So from everything we see, just looking around this coil, I do believe it's probably just this connection here with the compressor. Be diligent. I'll try to see if there's any refrigerant in here left over. And no, we are. Alright, so
let's go ahead and do something.
Where was your leak?
Look on the bottom.
Oh yeah, you're saying. Oh my god. Let's see why you making me do this. Oh yeah. What the
Pretty
freak?
good little indicator there. It's a bunch of bubbles. There's oil everywhere, but I imagine that's just from where the. I think you said you had a little issue with the dye injection.
Yes. You know what? I can climb in there.
If you want to do it that way, I guess. I think you just like the novelty of diving into a
I do.
AC.
No, this is so much easier. A before O, bro. About to get a buttload of something.
Alright, we'll put pressure on it. Getting out. Oh. Getting out. Oh, God.
Something's hissing. You keep the bubbles in the toolbox?
Yeah. I do hear it. I swear I hear it. I swear I heard it right up here.
Mm-hmm.
I do hear it right up here.
I still hear hissing. Oh man, I think it's the evaporator.
No, I see it. There's a hole right there. And right there, two of the pipes rub together.
So it must have been leaking from both.
It was definitely right there. There's no way.
I don't see how it would shoot perfectly onto there.
I almost guarantee that's another spot right there. Cause yeah, there looks like oil around that screw. Let's pull this whole top off. That it?
Yeah, that'd be it.
Was it touching this copper when you pulled it off? Or
Yeah,
no?
yeah, it was like
Okay.
that.
Oh, okay, so it just rubbed down.
It just needs to. I'll take one of those zip ties with the screw thing. Just
Yeah.
put a couple when I'm done.
Be good.
That should do. That should do. That should do. Get on there. Oh man. Come on. I know it ain't the prettiest. Hey guys, it's Jerbeer here with another vlog. Your Super Tech fixed it.
Thank you, Super Tech, Jacob. You're welcome. Let that sit for 15 minutes or so.
You know me, just full of good plans. That'd be easier. Habada, habada, habada.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you.
I probably would have done it differently if I did it though.
Alright. Not everybody has these skills.
It's true, that's true. Gotta work for those. Nice.
First go? Well, don't you know?
Fires back. Rub. She's not home. They're never home when I work on things, man. You should know that by now.
No. You think she's got the thermostat on?
We can jump it if we need to. I guarantee you she does not have a thermostat on there.
You want to hand me the vacuum, good sir?
You sure you fixed all these leaks? We're only at 921 microns. Oh, it's going down still. Okay. Nice thing about package units is you don't have to worry about the charge. You can literally just weigh it in based on the nameplate. It says 170 ounces. So 170 ounces divided by 16. So you know 160 would be 10 pounds.
Yep.
So 170.
10 pounds, 10 ounces. Yeah, the master of math.
Master of math. I like it.
Alright, we're ready. 10 pounds to go.
10 pounds to go.
I'm gonna put some stuff up.
Alrighty.
Sir J-Rat, you have your keys?
Let's use our compressor to pull in our final little refrigerant. My camera will probably die before this is over, but hey, we did our best. Alright, we're running. And without this on, it's going to show a little stranger up here than we're really looking for, but we also know from our nameplate that that's exactly the amount of refrigerant, so we don't really care at this point since we were just charging it from the beginning. So, you put it back together, and I'm going to run away.
Alright.
Well, my camera didn't make it like I expected, but that particular one, it was a little interesting trying to find the leak. Jacob couldn't find it with his sniffer going around the coil, any of the connections down there, which I understand now. At the same time, we did, you know, he did try to put some dye in it, charged it back up a little bit, see what it would do. And again, me, looking through there, everything was covered in oil and a little bit of dye where he had popped the gauges back, manifold, not manifold, hoses, where he had popped, I'm just going to say every word, where he popped his hoses back off and it outgassed a little bit. So it was a little bit difficult to discern what might be going on, but the only thing I really saw was that little bit of dye below the suction port on the compressor itself. And being that it was foaming up like that, I still feel like that was probably leaking a little bit because it wouldn't be foamy otherwise. It'd just kind of be drippy, if that makes sense. So yeah, we went ahead and patched that. But I did think about it when I was pulling that fan motor. There was a kind of a shiny silver spot right above one of those screws. And I thought to myself, like, that looks kind of like oil, but nah, there's no coil right there. But it turns out, after we did put some pressure in it, it rubbed the rest of the way through after he had charged it, is what happened, and it completely vented. So that time, when we did our pressure test, we could definitely hear it. I could hear a slight hiss. He even mentioned he could hear it, and we kind of tracked it back over in the corner there. it's all the copper touching each other. I don't know why it wasn't isolated better than that from the manufacturer, but you run into that kind of thing sometimes. So easy enough on that one to patch it back together. Charging it up, very easy on package units, especially if it's completely empty, because you know you don't have any line set to deal with. So if it says 170 ounces, you know it's exactly 170 ounces. I went a little overboard trying to do the math. So Jacob showed me up there, so that was pretty funny. But got them patched together, got her going, and we'll move on to the next one.